side. Long gone are the days where we would see specific pistol rounds on the CT side and T side. Obviously, things keep changing. So I'm quite curious to see what these two teams have to offer on this one. You'd often see like one CT playing car and nobody else in the A bomb sites, and in fact, that's exactly what's going to happen this time. But Automatic and Stewie are in position for a quick rotation towards A. Should it be required? Apex taken out immediately towards mid. G2 double peeking. There is a deagle onto NBK. The rest on Glocks.
That's actually a really cool peek. I haven't seen that quite like that before. Like the three men just stacked up like that. But Cloud9 have that man advantage just playing passively. NBK with that deagle gets himself a pick off, making the deagle worth that $700 investment, the lack of Kevlar. And the problem is, though, you've got to get through the front lines. Front lines still persist here, especially as the rotation has made its way over from middle and A. And Cloud9 will not be taken down in this pistol round. G2, their original strategy there has not worked out for them, and Cloud9 will get the momentum straight away. But there are Tech 9s to be had, or maybe even a scout. NBK could purchase the scouts. So could Kenny S. James. Do you want to see double scout T-side?
I'm not fast, to be honest with you. I am not fast at all. Kenny S has no issue force spying with the rest of the team. Some teams will opt to have their sniper double eco regardless, but not Kenny, not man like Kenny S. One smoke, one flash onto G2 to try and close the distance on one of the last remaining open maps in the active map pool. Lots of the new maps have had very different designs, but the Dust 2s, the caches, maybe a thing of the past in Counter-Strike.
And here it is, the Tech 9s making their way in, sustaining massive damage from some of the counter grenades, but they still get the openers with those Tech 9s of theirs. However, we see Skadoodle in place, ready to do a lot of damage with that SMG. Going to push further forwards. Guess so much damage sustained by these T players, but they aren't falling just yet. In fact, it is even a 3 versus 1 for G2 here. Nothing has it all to do, and he's got no nades, he's got half health as well, and the bomb is ticking away, and he's got no kits. That's not a good situation.
He got no nothing. There's a kit on the site though. You can see it on your screen to the left of those CT bodies, but nothing. He's got a lot to check. The pre-fire will give his position away. How does he avoid a triple peek or even a double peek in this situation? He's paranoid. He thinks people are behind him, but no one really is. And you see the T's positioned for a trade killing situation. The 180 from nothing finally comes in, but they are killing time. They're non-believers. Surely he can't be defusing the bomb when there are 2 of us left, and they are not incorrect. G2 have won the round somehow.
I actually like Nothing's play there as well, because, as you said, he's so unsure as to where one of the 2 remaining players could be. There is a likelihood that they could actually be coming from CT, from car there. So he actually turns his attention towards that position and starts walking to meet that player, if there's a player there. And so if there is a player there and he gets the kill, then he can actually try to force the 1v1 and maybe go for it. But if there isn't a player there, as we saw, he actually has a clean path to escape with his gun. So I actually like how in that crazy situation where there's all kinds of things, you know, that could possibly happen, he actually makes a very good choice there.
Presence of mind, Dan.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And that's something you expect from the likes of Nothing.
1-3-1 set up for the CT side. CT side who are force spying straight back, except for Skadoodle. So a difference in approach from Kenny and Scar, as the North Americans like to call him. Here is Shoxy, off to a good start. Frenchman on cash means Ed shots. Skadoodle moving towards the forklift position, and the headshots continue. Kenya's delivering one now. Forklift position, very important on cash for the CT side, very important for the T's to deal with, and that's one way to get things kicked off with a HE off the forklift. Don't see that so often. Normally a Molotov in that direction. Some good damage done though. So far so good on this anti-force by 5 versus 2. 4 now as Nothing gets a kill, but it cost him half his life. The question for G2 is where the second CT is. Whole G2 team around A, waiting for that smoke to go.
Yeah, and I have to say, you know, if Nothing can save this balance into the next round, it's certainly going to be a good result for him. He's doing his best to try to keep as much money on his team as possible in this situation. And he has actually been a player, obviously, he was under a lot of criticism for a long time, but he did actually manage to get his game going, I would say. And in the last months, he's looked very crisp mechanically, so that's been a joy to watch. hopefully we'll see some good rounds out of nothing as he gets some better weapons and situations to work with in the future. But this will be a situation that is heavily in the favor of G2. They should be able to take this second round now. The bomb is down. They've got a 4-man situation with AKs. I wonder if they'll decide to go hunting or not. It is early days for their economy, so it doesn't really bode all too well to really risk their guns in this situation. Their opponents are going to be buying very soon anyway, so they've got to build that money. Got to look after an economy, James, every so often. Prioritize that.
Cloud9 don't look best pleased with their start to cash on their CT side, and it's Eco Town for the North Americans as this bomb starts to exploderize on the A sites. And there we go. The bomb has been exploderized. 2-1, G2 in the lead. We'll see what Cloud9 opt to do with what they have. Purple gloves in CT spawn. You a fan of purple gloves, Dan? Do you own any purple gloves, Dan?
Nope. What about you? You almost bought purple gloves, actually. I know that because I was there. At a prop shop, I think it was. I hope so.
Yeah,
that's at least
a video we decided against. That was too extreme even for my tastes. Well then, Cloud9 with one rifle onto nothing, and that's going to be off to a good start. But he'll be forced through into the open from the Molotov, and the numbers game will at least save the FAMAS for now and keep control of the map. Kenny trying to pressure through the smoke. One needs to be careful though. Apex has made his way through the A site, and things are getting a bit crazy. Kenny caught. Oh, that's the bomb. That's going to delay things, but at least Apex can take down the booster. That leaves 2. Shroud position unknown. Maybe he can pick up something a bit later on. Having a look towards main where the bomb is at present, but G2 combining with the last 2 players to take out Shroud. So sorry, it's Stewie towards A, who's opted for the rotation rather than standing his ground. He picks up an AK as well.
This is really smart from Stewie, because there's not really any real way that he can hold on to the forward position with no Kevlar. But if he can get a flank, if he can get the element surprise working out for him, then that will be a way for it to work out for him. This is very smart though by GT. They actually realize this. They're just holding things, and if there is to be a play like this, that it can catch up with them whilst they're prepared for it. Oh, Apex decides to go for the peak just at that exact moment. He had the bomb and everything, and it goes down the stairs. Oh dear, now MBK has to try to challenge Stewie. He does have that armor advantage. He does have some grenades, but Stewie, man, he's very good with these first bullets. And the bomb will be collected as MBK starts to fall back and away. 20 seconds to plant now. Stewie, so absolutely patient here and composed in this situation as he now looks to try to make his move. Realizing that with such little time left, MBK surely must be on the bomb side looking for the bomb plant. MBK will be doing it, and right now MBK has no idea where Stewie could be. He could have gone through mid. He could be absolutely anywhere. Stewie, here it comes. Oh, can he make it? No, it's so close. And you can see there in the response from him on the camera. He knew, he felt it, he had it. There was a chance, James.
He was so patient as well. He was tapping, he got some main punch here and there. He was close. He was close. 23 HP left on NBK. They made G2 work for that. Maybe that serves as a warning for things to come. Cloud9 now on the buy, Skadoodle on the AWP, and Shroud on the UMP. Okay, never mind. We're back. 2-round lead for G2. Sniper on both sides. Kenny taking angles towards main start off. Got support from the rifle up front. On to Shox. And there are 2 CTs there. He might be going for a boost. I don't know if Shox might find something here, or at least hear some of this jumping. Yeah, he will hear automatic jump off the barrels. He knows somebody's up there. You can see it. You can see it on his face, Dad, because we can see his face.
The face tells the entire tale. Well, camera's gone back again. Oh, we're back. We're back. Right, so Apex goes in for the first kill. Skadoodle with the protection, though. Great support there onto Stewie. And now the push from G2 starts to edge. They try to edge their way in with it, but it's going to be hampered, stopped, hamstrung by the utility of the CTs. Cloud9 resting peacefully in their A-bomb site for now, keeping the G2 attack on arm's length. As we see MBK starting to close that distance. He's got some good angles here from middle. And with so much time left in the round, G2 can still go B. They can pretty much do whatever they want. The positions of Cloud9 are very passive.
Indeed. Automatic is standing in CT spawn at the moment. Just keeping an eye on Connector, which has just been smoked, so he will rotate or come a bit closer. He wants to play. Shox trying to harass. They're looking for someone to have a look from A towards mid to find out what exactly is going on. There are angles that can be useful for an AWP over there, but you want to be holding the angle before the T's get there. Over towards B now. Automatic holding a grenade, a flashbang for his teammates to allow Shroud to peek. He sports into headshot from the Molotov, and in the meantime, nothing, trying to do what he can, but it's 3 kills, only 1 kill in response for Cloud9. G2 with a very strong push into the B bomb site. Stewie taken down, trying to play against the clock. Skadoodle, 1 versus 3. Surely he can't do this. Surely he's got to run away.
We've seen some crazy moments from this position from him in the past, but the smoke is down. The Molotovs will follow as well. There's nothing to be done but to give it up. Sometimes you just have to concede, and this is one of those times. So at least Skadoodle can likely keep hold of this AWP, which can be used to good effect in the following rounds. But as far as the economy goes for these two teams, you can see at the bottom left of your screen that Cloud9 are not doing too particularly well. The interesting thing for me, though, is to see what the decisions will be like in this next round, because they are going to be on their 4th loss in a row, which will be $2,900 on top of what you see there for the Cloud9 side. Ooh, nice catch by Skadoodle as he tries to survive, and he will be successful, of course. So what do they buy here? Some pistols, maybe go to around $2K. They could do that and support Skadoodle, get some plays going. What would you like to see, James, out of Skadoodle or generally Cloud9 from this position?
Well, I mean, Cloud9 needs some momentum first, but I did mention a play that Cloud9 will often, well, not often, but sometimes go to in mid, where Skadoodle has an aggressive angle into T warehouse. I would like to see that. I think that's a good statement to make for G2, but first you need to have a successful CT half. You need to have some success and structure. And right now, things looking very difficult for the Cloud9 side. G2 looking to bully the players towards the B bomb site. Safety in numbers is the order of the day for G2.
Yeah, Shroud looking to work with the Deagle. Having amazing rounds with that at ECS. Will do so here. It looks like he's smoked off for now. It's down to nothing, but the aim punch is too great. And he will be eliminated.
At this point, I think Cloud9 should just focus on trying to create a ring around Skadoodle to hold on to his AWP. Since they've got 3 players with nothing to lose, just try and be Operation Human Shield. And
protect the VIP.
Yeah, slow down the G2 players as they try to eliminate Skadoodle.
Get our AS oil rig on the go. Protect that VIP, let's go. Shroud the Deagle. Unfortunate not to find the connections he's looking for there, and Skadoodle, he is potentially in some trouble here. There is some time for the T's to find him. Nice shot there onto the body, who will now be lifeless on the ground there.
Automatic should stand in front of that smoke with a knife. I say should. I mean, I would. I think that's probably better to say.
Yes, I suppose so. Good distinction. Nice kills here from Skadoodle, keeping himself alive, but no! Oh no! After all that effort, you hate to see it. After all that. 5-1 now for G2 as the Cloud9 team have reached maximum loss bonus. 5 rounds lost in a row for a total of $3,400 in consolation. They will have, of course, in the previous round saved some money so they can get a full buy here. So we get double orbs, Skadoodle and Stewie on that, and full nades and M4s for everybody else. So this is interesting. Now we get to see perhaps some cool plays from Cloud9. They at least get to work with a lot more.
Yeah. One Molotov on the roof to kick things off. Automatic. Needs to avoid that spray. You'll often see T spraying diagonally through the smoke. Hello.
Hello there.
Body announcing his presence on the server, in case you forgot. Great timing. He bursts. Normally you'd see someone spray a full clip there, but he bursts. Suggests that he stops and then shoots again with perfect timing. A false sense of security, Dan. I think that's what you call it.
Well, now it's all about G2 making it a 1 round, closing it down off the advantage that they have early on. And Cloud9 with 2 AWPs, it can be difficult to actually play that aggressive information and just get something going for yourself on the map. And you don't want to play too passively, but sometimes with orbs, that's kind of what you have to go for. It's hard to support the rifles. It's hard to push by yourself as well. And we will see them playing passively. I like that they have middle. This is an important distinction here for Cloud9. They put a few players there to put that emphasis in that area, get the information. G2 not spotted there. So as far as Cloud9 are concerned, they could be going A or they could be going B. Where are they taking the 5 players? It's unknown at this point.
Interestingly, a criticism of Cloud9 recently was that they would never commit everybody to one site. I think it's something that Happy was vocal about, and that's exactly what Cloud9 have just done. Nothing rotating towards B bomb site, but on this occasion, they've made the wrong play. The push comes in towards A, and they are completely unchallenged. Nothing gets his bell rung on the re-rotation back towards A, and that is going to be the round. They'll save with 4 players, so at least they can live to fight in the next round with what they have.
And the unfortunate thing, I think, there for Cloud9 is that I guess if you're going to make the gamble between the 2 bomb sites, you want to go for the one that's harder to retake, which is B. So from that perspective, I like it. I think they're unfortunate in that to this late point in the rounds, G2 still had a lot of utility left to use post-plant, and that essentially locks the CTs out of the out of a position where they can attack the bomb site for a good 20 seconds or so. And then when you're looking at that and the fact that there's still 5 of them left alive, it's really a no-go at this point. So that's definitely did not work out for them. Shoxy on the hunt, gets himself 1. Surviving with 3 though is obviously a situation where Cloud9 can just easily rebuy everything that they want.
When do you see Cloud9 on the run like this? That's the thing. That's another false sense of security again. If they play a team who are not as good as them, they will often completely dominate them, impose their will, just as G2 do. G2, you could argue, do that on a higher level. Like if you talk to them in their interviews, they know what they're capable of as individuals and when they come together as a team. And like as you see it on T-Side Inferno, they just bully teams. They simply bully teams, but they do it to a higher level. It's almost in some ways that they play the same game, but on different levels. And now Cloud9 are being victimized by G2.
Oh yeah, and it's one of those things where, as you say, like if you know what your players are capable of, you want to give them that space. G2 are pretty good at that. That is for sure. You can see that Shox is there with a pretty big ADR. It's really nice to see Shox having a great game. You don't see as many huge games from Shox these days because he is, focusing on that in-game leading role, and he has so many amazing players around him to enable in how he decides to run the rounds. And sometimes you'll see him lurking, and he won't necessarily be in the action as much. We'll see though if this continues, as we are early into this cache so far, and Body, he's going to hear, I think, some stepping towards the close positions on middle. Is there a flash from him? Does he have Kenny's able to peek this close position? The smoke is there. It's going to be interesting. Good start here from Stewie for Cloud9.
He will back off. Stride is there for support in the vent. He can go either way. Kenny boosted in position. I think we have an existence tier Molotov going into the... it was being lined up by Body, but it wasn't thrown. Existence has an execute through the smoke in mid, lining up off the wall to throw a molly into the vents. I have never seen another person throw it until Body was lining it up there. 6-1. Ooh, caught in the rotation is Skadoodle. He'll be taking 11 damage. Rotation. A third man making his way towards the car position. That's Stewie bouncing away into the site, getting flashed immediately. However, Skadoodle running for cover, but the frag, is saving his teammates. The bomb is through the smoke. That's really limiting for G2. 2 versus 4 at the moment for Shox. He's creeping around the corner, and Automatic doesn't seem to have any idea. Can he take it down in the meantime? 4 players surviving for Cloud9. That is exactly what they needed for their second round on the board.
And we see sort of a problem there for G2 in that because Kenny Yisk sort of gave up on middle immediately, which is, can be okay, they just didn't have any split potential because he was the only guy who was really poking in middle. There was a 2-man setup close there, so you can understand why that would be, by yourself, something that you don't want to risk. But then they had this situation where they really started to use a lot of utility towards A. So then Cloud9 thinking, this is definitely happening. And then they just never got any kills. So then the entire team's there defending as 5. That is not what you ever want as a T side. We'll see if they can improve upon that now. This would be a great round to do so, to reset their opponents. Let's see if they can do it, though. We've got already Shox just pressuring the main position there towards A, providing presence as his teammates go for the entries here to middle. Where's the trade frag? There it is. Kenny is from above, and middle is now claimed by G2. Or is it? Stewie's there, man, and looks like he is going to look to impose his will.
Got to be careful, though, because there is a player, Apex, who was in T-Warehouse, emerges immediately. He knows where he is. Stewie jumps, but surely he didn't say anything. He was completely blind, completely white. White as a sheet down, a new sheet. Brand new sheet in a store. Apex crossing with the bomb. Will he plant it for his teammates? It's not always planted, as we've seen in previous matches, for his teammates in checkers, but he will definitely do a good job of that. 3-on-3 retake for Cloud9. Shox waiting for a flank.
Now you've got 2 AWPs in this retake scenario. It's so difficult. Stewie going for the peek, just trying to bait the shot, and he will. It gets himself a connection. Lovely stuff there from Stewie. Such a difficult situation, but he is not going to survive. Shox creeping in the back. Grim Reaper, Shoxy just taking all the lives at the moment. Doing a really good job getting those frags when his opponents least expect it. And that's the reset round. And it's a round in which G2 survived with a good amount of players. So they're going to be happy on their money. This is turning out pretty badly for Cloud9, you have to say. 0 kills here for Shroud. So far he's 007, rocking the 007. James Bond.
Oh, nice. Got a tuxedo out. Tuxedo boys. Penguin suits. 5-round lead. Likely to be 6. Cloud9 having a disastrous CET half. Can't quite get anything going. Making fire from sticks. No lighter in sight. Everything is difficult for Cloud9 at the moment. Stacking the A site with 3 players. Nothing spotting the middle area, but of course we don't really expect much. No one playing any close quarters angles. Shroud with a USP on the B bomb site. Not offering much of a challenge to the G2 team at the moment. They know he's got a USP, they've seen him, they've spotted him. There's a counter flash from the CTs. Nothing's managed to get a kill. And now they can maybe have some mayhem around this smoke. Or perhaps not.
It's like G2 are the masters of mayhem, and they will take all the frags, losing only but a Shox in this situation. Automatic is looking to find himself an exit of sorts as he posts himself behind the smoke. But unfortunately for him, nothing going his way just yet. Although the smoke will dissipate, but as soon as he peeks, he's likely to be tagged. But no, nice fast shot there from Automatic. And now he's causing a bit of a ruckus. Some G2 members are starting to take their attention back towards him, towards the CT spawn area. Will we see Apex pick up a nice peek here against Automatic? He's looking for it, is Automatic, and Apex is so quick. Great stuff from Mr. Apex. And we'll see the 8-2 scoreline, G2 in a dominating position.
G2 smartly protecting the felled guns. Automatic knows it as well. He knows they're going to try to stop him. And there was a reasonable angle on the AK for the bomb to push it through towards CT, though it might have gone under the boost position. That's a great snap from Automatic, but ultimately meaningless because it's 2-8 and they didn't win that round. Limited utility for the CT side. Skodongler's on the AWP. Will there be aggression from Cloud9 later on? They're going for the basic boost. They did give too much information away in the previous round, but Shox isn't where he was last time. However, he is in Squeaky Door. So perhaps he will hear something anyway. Perhaps he'll get an audio cue. 2-1-2 set up from Cloud9, and they are playing in the B bomb site. No more vent play from Shroud. It hasn't worked out for him. He was 007, but no Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. He is now 008, in fact. No 88s. 2 8s would be good to be something.
Pocket 8s. I'm going to see the play into A now from G2, readying it. Good defense set up here by Cloud9. Have to get the kills though. Stewie with a double from the boost position, jumping down onto Shox, and he'll go down by the door. It's up to Kenny. It's up to MBK in this 2 versus 4 to save the situation. MBK lost in middle, however. Kenny S receding back towards the main position. Had some cover of smoke. It's all gone now. And the CTs of Cloud9, they realize they've done enough. They can just wait. They know that he's contained.
Yeah, Shroud is aiding the containment efforts, hanging around with an off angle outside main. In the meantime, Kenny knows what he must do. 1 versus 4, 20 seconds for Kenny S. He could go for a no-skip on Skadoodle, but no! Skadoodle has a superior angle. There's nothing Kenny S can do. Cloud9 get a desperate 3rd round on the board, and they can still get a reasonable scoreline out of this. 7-8 is still possible. G2 with a timeout.
That is like a really awesome play from Stewie there. If you see that, he knows that if he tries to reposition it when he's already engaged his opponent, he's gonna get killed easily because he has to stop shooting. So he's just gonna keep spraying away and just hope he gets the frag with the penetration there through that box, and then still has a pixel angle available to get the 2nd kill. That's actually an immense play from Stewie in that position. And that will be the one that does gift Cloud9 the third round on the board. And they can work off of this, presuming that G2 don't have success here. All of a sudden, Cloud9 have a spot where they are going to be playing against Ecos. They could really make this a respectable half after so much dominance. It's all to be taken here for Cloud9. They can turn it around, James. They can do it.
2 snipers for C9. Stewie with the second one. We haven't seen that player I spoke about just yet in mid, but then when have they really had the opportunity, Cloud9? They haven't really had much opportunity for anything. G2 definitely been dictating the pace for the most part, but Cloud9 have won the previous round. 5 AKs for G2. Shocked over towards Squeaky as per usual. Communicating with his team. Apex moving around. They have possession of main. There's no lurker towards B. NBK might have been there, but he is joining his team towards the A side, so it might be a faster play from G2 in this round. Nothing on the site. Automatic at the car. Stewie with the closest AWP on highway.
Yeah, no map presence or anything from G2. They're just going to go for the play onto A. And Cloud9, they have 3 players that could respond quickly to this. Nothing, though. He's really going to have to get a double here. A lot of players will be charging him down. Will be running through the smoke. He may very well get blinded as well. It's going to be a very tough spot to deal with. Automatic is also going to be supporting him here. And close by is Stewie, I do believe. See how well it will go. Nothing, gets himself one, and the trade comes in immediately. Good work there from Apex as Automatic looks for the perfect moment to strike, but MBK too quick for that one as the bomb will be planted.
What do you do now, Cloud9? 2 IWP retake. Catch is a more open map, but oh my god, Shoxy, that's absolutely gross. And that is surely the round shut down for Cloud9. Now, one interesting thing is the CT side on A can really cause problems when they smoke the approach towards quad across from default to Squeaky Door. It makes it really hard for the T's to be effective, and they have to take massive risks when they push the site. But when the pushes come in, Cloud9 have already used their grenades perhaps to slow down any peaks. I mean, with teams like G2, you can't really even look at them because they're going to shoot you in the head, as evidenced by these rounds. So maybe that's causing Cloud9 to deploy their smokes towards A bit earlier. So maybe that's an adjustment they could make, but now that they've won 1 round and lost 1, they don't really have the money. So maybe they can't afford those smokes to begin with.
It's hard times, isn't it? It's hard times.
They've got the smokes, but I don't know if we'll see an adjustment. I don't know if it's the right adjustment, but it is something that you see on occasion.
Yeah, they have to win this round so that they don't get starved out of the following rounds. There's no aid to come and help them. It's all on them. We'll see, though, if Automatic can do something here from this middle position. Playing it with the UMP, he may even be thinking of finding a timing to go for a push. Later on, we'll have to see how that one goes. Nothing could actually get closer as well. Re-smoking, I think that smoke went a little bit deep, but it should be fine. Indeed, oh, it went really deep, actually. Okay, that's far too deep. So, Body looking to play around the smoke here and get himself a quick peek onto the white box. You can see he's gathering information for his team. G2 looking to go for a mid play. And G2 should be good for this. Only 2 members to really respond with rifles. Automatic has a UMP. How much can you really get out of this position? If you're Automatic, he sees the shadow. That advantage is very helpful. Another one from Automatic. Unbelievable stuff there. Going with the AK pickup for another one. 3rd kill coming in. And he's looking to basically win the round by himself. Out he goes. Perfect flash. Perfect finish. Automatic saves the day. 4K for him.
Nice. Automatic with a much needed play for Cloud9. There are 2 rounds to be won. What have they done to the money of G2? Have they opened a window of opportunity? Great angle for that shadow, giving him a slight advantage on the second one as well. Lovely stuff from Automatic, but it's not enough. They need more. They need the last 2 rounds, and they have been blessed with a great opportunity. However, there are still 2 AKs in play, along with a Galil for G2, and I mean, sometimes it just comes down to headshots. They are very capable, more than capable, with these weapons. Apex and Shox will be wielding the AKs, but really, pick any 2 players for those AKs, and you're in a bad situation for Cloud9. Smartly, though, Automatic, an experienced mid player going through the smoke. G2 will have no idea. Takes the first player down. Assumes a second player potentially towards highway. Apex will get taken down as well. Great start from Cloud9.
Really great strat, and just great reads here from Automatic. Good timings found. Shox now, it's a case of dealing damage. How many guns can you steal away? There's a nice precision shot there by a headshot from Shoxy himself as he looks for the player to attack from the flank, but Cloud9 are holding their ground so far. Automatic, a smart player, realizes he doesn't have to push just yet. He has to wait for Shox to initiate the action so he can be guaranteed to get himself a good engagement. Shox trying to work his way out, trying to outsmart these players in what is seemingly an impossible scenario against 4 on only 33 points of health. He'll back away with the bomb. 40 seconds on the clock. Is he going to encounter Automatic, though, who is also backed away?
You are surrounded. No need to cover the vent when T-spawn is open because there's nobody to boost Shox. There's no ladders in that position. He cannot get into the vents. 20 seconds and the pressure to plant the bomb starts to creep in. One option for the smoke. Sometimes you see it towards the back as well, as Rops infamously showed us, but 1 versus 4. Doesn't matter where you put that smoke, you are in a nasty situation. And Cloud9, they've got time to wait. 2 AWPs in this 4-man retake, and there is 1 flashbang left on the team. There's a first shot from Shox. Repositioning now, trying to get this 1 versus 1. Can the CT double peek him? Second one for him, but that will be it for Shox. You do wonder how far he can go, but it is a 5th round for Cloud9.
You always see it happening, don't you? When you're looking at Shox, it's 1 versus 4, he's got the bomb down. You're like, he's going to find a way to do this, isn't he? And he very nearly did. Very quick with those shots, but just couldn't fall back enough. 5 rounds now for Cloud9. A very good recovery if you consider how dominant the starts of this half actually was. It was a huge swing of rounds for G2 and a lot of reset scenarios for Cloud9, but they have battled their way back into this one. And now we'll have to see if they can claim a 6th round as we are on now the last round of the first half. Got a lot of presence here from G2 initially around the B storage area. Ooh, perhaps they walk into mid here from the tees as well. Automatic turning around for the flashbang, and Bothy spinning around with his Tech 9. Able to easily find the kill in that situation. Skadoodle very, very cautious here. Got to be very careful. Able to bunny his way to a situation where he can survive, but the push is unrelenting.
Really lucky to get that far. Repeat's not working out for him. Stroud towards headshot, running out of bullets. Down to the P250, getting another kill out of that. He squeezed that one out, leaving nothing alone in a 1 versus 2. Shox already on the flank, but nothing might have a read on this. Shox in the red. Shox definitely dead. Kenny with 55 HP. Bombs on the floor seem to be collected. He's in a headshot position on the site now. That Molotov is going to bounce off the wall and force Kenny to stop his plant. Repositioning, looking for nothing. Probably looking to nothing's left. Nothing. Spotting the head. What's he going to do with this information? There's a minute. Kenny could rotate if he wanted to. He could walk out of the site and run around, but he knows where nothing is now, and he'll plant the bomb.
Really well played here by Kenny to just go for the forward plant. Let's see if he can actually get himself the frag. He's expecting nothing. Gets a good tag there as the battle rages on. Kenny with the repositioning up high, and that will be the frag for him. I think nothing expected to plant deeper into the bomb site, and that perhaps was Kenny's plan all along. 10 rounds for G2 at the end of the first half, 5 for Cloud9. A recovery, but is it enough? Is it enough?
It's definitely better than what was being suggested at the 6-1 start for G2. Pistol. Can be random. We will just sit, we will wait, we will bear witness. G2 sending 4 people into the B bomb site. It's a pilgrimage through the hills of France, past the vineyards, past the cheese shop, the patisserie, but nothing's there. Everything is closed. It's Sunday. Everyone's gone cycling. Cloud9 outside A, but how long will they take this? They could be in for a nasty surprise. There's a rat in the kitchen and it's pooped in the pots. Apex around the forklift, bodies there for support now. A 3-man flank from these CTs, but will it yield any results? There's a good start. Shox in main. Cloud9 have to wonder what is going on. How do you position yourself post-plant when the CTs are everywhere?
Yeah, it's a big problem, isn't it? Shroud's got a good position here by Quad. He needs to get an initial shot. As they start to push in, the initial shots have to come in. There's one from Stewie. He'll lose Shroud, though. As he wraps around the side, it's Shox to meet him. And that's not a pleasant meet and greet from Shox, as it will be the round for G2. And the worst has happened for Cloud9. They've lost the pistol. They have got the bomb down, though. There are options from this point. They could actually try to go for a play in this round at their full buy if they wanted to. If they have a round. Oh, I think I saw an AK drop by Stewie.
Nice.
Yes. So I love to see rounds like this where you see some investment from the Ts just to try to get some pressure in, or even a play that they've rehearsed to try to win the round altogether.
Cloud9 are all in. The chips are over the line. They've sold Mama's jewelry. Shocks with a very patient headshot towards the end there. Apex.
The man that just keeps on giving.
He is very happy with that one. We've got to charge through the B area. These CTs are not going to wait around for Cloud9. Not going to allow them to have any plans. But there are flashbangs and there are Deagles. Only good for 1 kill with Stroud. He's left against 4. We've seen him do nasty things with Deagles recently, but this might be too much to ask. Off to a start though, 40 HP. The grenade coming out, not ideal. Doing some more damage. Can't follow up with the Deagle, however. We were asking a lot and we didn't get it. 12-5. The force has failed.
And that is a horrible situation because G2 actually expected, I'm so certain that G2 expected a full Glock a full eco even with just Glocks and no armor from Cloud9, because that's normally the round that you would run. You go for like an SMG rush and so on when you think, oh, they just got Glocks and no armor. We will not give them a chance to do anything. Yet they actually went for a full buy. So I think G2 were very fortunate in that situation as they were expecting those Glocks. But now they have the Glocks, and Apex could make a lot of bank as they start to push the middle position. The initial spray comes in. Apex is going to be doing a lot of damage here. Oh man, how is he still alive? Just down to half health, and he has wiped out the mid push single-handedly. A 3K for him. 13-5 now as G2 speed ahead.
Can that train be halted though? The AKs are out for Cloud9. They're on the T side now. We've seen quite a few matches so far where it's all been about one half, be it the CT side or the T side. So perhaps the comeback is on. Perhaps G2 are not close enough at 13 rounds to take things over the line. This will be the start of something for Cloud9, or perhaps nothing. They don't have many grenades to start off with. Are we going to see a squeaky push here with a UMP? The T's are looking for it. Skadoodle making noodles out of Shoxy.
Nice, nice. I thought you were going to say Skadoodle with a shot onto his noodle or something like that, but no. We get a push coming in from Apex, trying to go for the info play. Doesn't work out for him. Body with an info play of his own, taking over a main for the CT side. And Cloud9 actually have 2 players in proximity, but Body's got to be so careful. If he actually does go for the super aggressive angles, he will just die. As you can see, Cloud9 expect this. They know that their opponents are in a position where they're going to try to take risks. So they are on high alert to plays like this. Body could get caught out of position, got to be careful, and he will be caught indeed. Now the Cloud9 team, they have a very easy situation ahead of them. Just 5 players rushing down that A-bomb side. It is vacant. CTs are saving.
I wonder how Swedish people pronounce Stewie's name. Because his name is Jake Yip, right? So is it Jake Yip in Swedish? Because the J is a U, right?
Yeah.
So is it,
yeah.
But what is the nice. Y? Is it Jake Yip?
Y.
Swedish people tweet me, how do you pronounce Jake Yip? I know it's Jake, definitely, because it's James, right? They say James when I'm in Sweden. James, but is the Yip Yip or is it something
Yump.
else? Yump.
Sometimes they say vampire as well, so the vampire.
Yeah. I think Yanko as well has some V's and W's going on.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. I don't think he has the U though. He's not a Yaker. Nothing has he has made almost, I was going to say safe passage into B, but no, it turned out to be quite violent. Silk Road, not what it used to be. Round number 6 for Cloud9. Is this the start of something beautiful? Is this the ugly duckling turning into a pretty one? Is it a flowering? What do flowers do when they open? Is that flowering? Do they flower? Is that flowering?
Yeah.
I think it is. That sucked, didn't
Blossoming.
it? Bloody hell.
Blossoming. There you go.
Blossoming. There we go. Marvelous. Kenny S and Shocks on the double ops. The fabled double ops that G2 so love. 1-3-1 is how things will start out for the G2 side. You see them moving through mid. Body will avoid being subject to the kind of sprays that he was doing in the first half. at least at the beginning. Minute 30 for Cloud9.
All the mid presence here for G2 is interesting. And we might get the boost indeed. It comes in here. Cloud9 looking for some presence into mid, perhaps, of their own. Automatic also just watching, as you can see, for the counter boost position from the CTs. But they're not going for it just yet. Smoke deep into mid there from Automatic, and all the nades will start to come in. And I'm very curious here how much Body's going to get, because he is in a great position. And if you get that first frag, it can kind of snowball here in favor of the CTs. So we'll see whether even Cloud9 are going to throw some of the relevant Molotovs into positions like the vents, because they are yet to do so. But we see this just slow burn of utility into this mid position. There we go. Finally going for the vent play. All on Body. Finds himself the first one. Has to spin around. Goes absolutely insane there. And somehow it's a trade, an even trade. 3 versus 3 with 30 seconds left.
30 seconds remaining, and it is the gumball race for Cloud9 into the B bomb site, because time is of the essence, and they may creep quietly towards people. Once they get there, they'll have to run onto the site. And who's waiting for them? Shoxy, maybe the most handsome man in Counter-Strike. Looking to make things pretty ugly around the B bomb site for Cloud9. They've only got 6 rounds on the board, and there are 14 seconds for them to find these frags. Shox with the AWP, putting the knife out in opportune time. Still gets the first kill though through the flames, running like a hero. Can't get another kill. Scope will deny him. CT is open. Skadoodle has the angle. 2 on 2. But it gets bell rung, but Apex will receive the biggest of headshots. Kenny left alone in this 1 versus 2.
Oh man, Kenny. Here he goes with the AWP, rounding the corners. And you got to make good guesses here. The flash comes out. It was an underhanded one. Kenny knows everything right now, looking for the final frag. It's Shroud on the bomb site, waiting patiently for Kenny to reveal himself. And there's a peek. Oh, of course he does it. Kenny S with the save, kit in hand. What a man. What a man.
7 golden letters, Dan. Kenny S is parfait, mate. He's parfait. Also 7 golden letters in English. He is perfect. He is a perfect man. Kenny S will not be stopped. Look at that. That is glorious, man. That's something out of like a Lethal Weapon or something. Just fighting around the flames in an abandoned warehouse. He's Danny Glover.
I definitely need to rewatch Lethal Weapon. That was a long time ago, man.
He is Danny Glover. Look at him. Ain't a thing. I don't know how you say that in French. My French sucks, but he's like, Monsieur, Monsieur, it ain't a thing.
Well, the double ops do continue here. We see an aggressive play from the CTs. MBK and Apex taking control of the A storage, rather. And we'll see Cloud9 slowly gathering outside of it. Stewie looking for the entry frags there in middle. Oh, trying to cover his drop there with the AWP shot. Really smart stuff there from Stewie. Often you have your teammates try to do it for you, but he is going to do it himself. Taking matters into his own hands. He hears the jumping. He's trying to get there as quickly as possible. Pulls out the knife. Looking for the play here. This could be the opener. We know Stewie is the main playmaker here for Cloud9, but will it be a play made or a play lost as he starts to push? He's lost his window of opportunity, perhaps, as the CTs have fallen back. Looks for the player on boost. MBK is down. And now Stewie looks to go to work, but he'll be downed by Apex. But has he done enough work here for his team?
3 players moving through main for Cloud9. The Molotov towards Forklift. We spoke about it in the first half. Collateral damage. Skadoodle just jumping in front of bullets for his teammate, but is it enough? Down to the 2 on 2. Bodies on the flank. Shoxy from the car position. The bomb's down towards Forklift. I don't know if the CT can see it. There's a smoke down in the meantime. Shroud still has only a deagle. He can't afford to spend time trying to find the weapon. He has to collect the bomb. He's got to plant the bomb.
And a moment of quiet in the chaos, but not for too long. Body going straight in there, and now he's just toying, teasing Shroud with a deagle again. Oh, Shroud, one more, can it be? Has to pull back out into the rifle, but so close, down to 18. Body does it. Oh, Body does it once again. Oh, man. I saw it happening.
Telling me no. But Body's telling me yeah. That is match point for G2. Shroud did everything he could. He shot him in the head, He shot him in the damn head. He was left with 18 HP. Just, what can you do after that? Body's just too much. Hard Body.
Oh, that was a sexy shot. Oh, so close to the follow-up. And just denied. He even lands a couple bullets there.
He drilled him in his head, man. He drilled him in his head.
Absolutely gutted. Absolutely gutted, as we would say in the UK.
Rumor has it, Body's head is made from titanium.
Oh, really? Wow. That's impressive, James. I wonder how they did that. All these nades here for Cloud9 and Tech9s. Tech9s. What do you do with the Tech9s? Well, usually the answer is quite simple. And the answer is rush somewhere. Go somewhere with the Tech9s altogether. Use the numbers advantage. Use that running accuracy. Use your ability to gain ground quickly, whilst also firing, James, at the same time. It's amazing. Now we have G2 on this match point with a good arsenal to work off of. And Cloud9, they're setting up the door push, James. They're going to go through the door.
Stewie and Automatic, though, they're only just now getting into A main. A main good for some pop flashes into the A area. NBK looking for some kills, but not today. Kenny, though, ever dangerous Kenny S, moving around these smokes into the site. He will not be deterred. Moving to Forklift, that's some good map control for his teammates. There is a T in main, looking for some flanks. Grenades flying around, missing the shot is Kenny. Automatic there, and indeed, the flank is coming in from the CTs.
Nothing is just sitting there on the bomb site by Quad. Very happy with this position, and also the weapons collected for himself and also his teammates. Skadoodle rocking the AWP now. Quite the upgrade as Shox makes his way in. Automatic sitting under the box. So that's a little bit awkward, but he'll pick up the kill nonetheless. And continuation spray down. Oh man, Body still gets a headshot there, but down to 6 HP. What else can he do? These players are getting quite tagged up, but there's just no time. G2 must give it up in this round. They've got to get out of there, survive with those guns. Their money is ruined. Cloud9 keeping the hope alive, keeping the efforts going.
The dream, Dan. The dream. They're keeping the dream alive.
American dream.
G2, they got no money, man. They got no money, but they got
some money.
2 M4A4s. Let's see what else they buy. Some pistols here and there. G2 require 1 round from 8. Do you know why, Dan? It's because 7 plus 8 equals 15.
Whoa.
Check it on a calculator if you don't believe me. I'm telling the truth. I am telling the truth. G2, they've got some grenades, they've got some smokes, they've got some flashes, which means we might see some aggressive pop flashes, some plays, Dan. We might see some plays in this round from G2.
All of the plays. Le plays, perhaps, as they make their way through Levy storage. We'll see Skadoodle holding the angle, however. So looks like these French players are not long for this world. Skadoodle going for the repeat there with the flashbang to reposition himself, ultimately. And that's pretty nice. You get 1 kill, you get the information that 1 player is in B storage. That only leaves 3 other players on the map to be discovered. Ooh, got to be careful, these Deagles. Nice spray there through the door from Shroud. And systematically, 1 by 1, G2, they will be eliminated. And Cloud9 will take the bomb sites. Apex, though, he's got a good position, and he's found himself a kill. One of the 2 players with the rifles. Surely not James.
The riflers remain. Apex creeping around the site. Molotov trying to eliminate potential areas. The flashbang not going to work out for Cloud9, but the trade will. Ultimately, that is what's going to matter at this point. Body giving up on this one. 1 versus 3. He has some more money than the rest of his teammates, so we'll see how that plays into things moving forward. But Cloud9 look good for their 8th round. I think it's going to take a while before people are a believer in this potential comeback, because they are very, very far away from success. But again, all these teams, they've been backs to the wall, they've been up against it before, they've been at the foot of Everest, and they have climbed up to the top. Perhaps it's time for Cloud9 to do the same again.
Boom. I'm trying to do some onomatopoeia, James. Onomatopoeia, there's a word.
There is a word.
Yeah. Love words, me. So into the next one. We've got still the match point here for G2, but indeed the money is very, very ropey for them at the moment. So we'll see whether or not Cloud9 can continue onwards with some success here. It is quite the climb, as you mentioned. So we've got the full buy. They're up against essentially an eco. They should realize this. So hopefully we'll see a nice, lovely round from Cloud9 to deal with pistoling players.
Well, they know a rifle was saved, however. So they must be careful. They cannot afford any mistakes. Nothing has spotted the player. The problem with this angle, though, is that once you land again, they could have made their way towards Sunroom. They could be around the corner where it's crosshair is to the left. You don't know anymore. You don't know. It's all a mystery. It's all clues that could lead to a virtuous scenario. Could lead to murder.
Oh, like Cluedo.
There we go.
Cluedo, that's a game. That's a game and a half right there.
Yeah.
Shout outs to board games. Don't think this is the audience, James.
Shout outs to board games. Here at PGL, we like words and board games. If you like words and board games, tweet at @followddk and tell him words that you like. He also likes vegetables, such as broccoli. Dan is a big fan of broccoli and words.
Yep.
We learned something today about DDK.
Cruciferous vegetables are OP.
Or you did. I live this. This is my life.
They're OP, man. Okay, Apex looking to make a play here. There's no flashes, though, unfortunately. There's no teammates, unfortunately, for Apex around him. He will get murdered. Cold blood. Stewie's ruthless. Stewie is ruthless. And the bomb site will be taken over. So, you know, it took a while, but Cloud9 have played this round out very, very well. They've, you know, had pretty solid team play, coordination into this anti-eco. However, I mean, this is a really big result, I think, for G2. They've actually managed to steal away an AK-47. And I think that's one of the best hopes you can have in a round like this. Isolate some players with your pistols, steal away a gun. That said, Body, he was saving a gun, or had saved a gun from previous round. He is now dead.
You saw when the perspective moved over to NBK, he was just having a look at his teammates' monitor. Something that's quite common, which is why it's important for teams to be in a straight row. There have been some recent tournaments where they were just spread out in a kind of square formation, facing outwards, like facing walls and so on. Not ideal for Counter-Strike teams. It's kind of like old 90s, you know, land with your friends and so on. You used to be in a straight line. There is a picture of a straight line with some depth of field as well. Feel that bokeh, Dan. Absorb it. Be it.
Do my best. Do my best. G2, they're doing their best too to close this game out. They got the buy coming in. They're looking for chunks of death, James, all over the place. That's what they want.
Raining down from above.
Chunks of death. Let's go. We've got a default from Cloud9 spreading their players across the width of the map to take that initial map control in their areas at the very least, and to also eliminate any aggressive possibilities that are very likely with a team such as G2 and a team that has such a big advantage. They may decide, you know what, we've got all these rounds, we're ahead so much, we could just take a big risk and maybe we get a couple kills early into the round and then we've won the round in the match. You know, they're in that sort of a territory in decision making, but they're just going to play very passively and allow Cloud9 to come to them. We'll see though if that's an effective answer to Cloud9 or not. As the round progresses, we're close now to Cloud9 taking some like significant portions of the map away. They have checkers now. They can work on into mid, as we can see here, the boost going into the vents. And the counterplay, or the response from G2 is to take over A main. I'm surprised we haven't seen a kill yet.
49 seconds remain. Apex rotating towards CT. But is he required? Body with the opening kill onto nothing. The bomb, however, has not been spotted, and as you can see, Stewie has made his way through the vents after taking them into the middle area where there is no defense from the CT side. However, they are simply winning the duels. Apart from that one, Kenya spotting spotting Shrouds towards Squeaky Door, but where is the bomb? The bomb has still not been spotted. Stewie has a lot to do now, and how is he going to do it? There's a player towards Connector, and now there's a player towards Car and Forklift. He's in a crossfire. Oh my god, the flashbang is absolutely perfect. The Forklift player is down as well. Somehow this is working for Cloud9. Shocks suddenly alone. G2 had such strong positions.
The door's open though. With that, there is passage to the bomb site. He's got to get out of that door quickly with a frag, but they are all stacked up. There's a quick headshot. He knows there's another player by quad. There must be for there to be one there, but he doesn't know where Skadoodle is. He has no idea that he's so close on the bomb itself. Can Shox do this one? He's got no nades to help himself out with as he starts to make some noise running around. He knows time is against him as he finds the next player. Skadoodle has been discovered. The spray down's not good enough, and the round goes to Cloud9. They'll keep themselves alive. Stewie though, Stewie with the plays. That guy's fast. He's so fast. Those shots, those snaps were glorious. I loved it.
Timeout from G2, but credit to his team as well. Cloud9 were in such a horrible position in that run when more people were alive. They were in such a horrible position. One player popping out of connector, he takes his head off, but then he's in a crossfire. Unbeknownst to him, he's in a crossfire where one person has moved from car to a complete off angle, which surely he gets a kill. And if not, there's a trade frag from Forklift, but a flashbang, absolutely perfect. His teammates take out the Fork player after he takes down a player that was towards the car position, and everything spins around. You see it here. There's one flash, connector player pops out, then he turns around just after the flash comes in from his teammates, completely blind. Apex gets picked off, and then there's another kill around the Forklift from his teammate, leaving Shox alone, who made the best of it, but it wasn't enough. Cloud9 moved to double figures.
They're closing in. They're halfway up the mountain, but there's still another halfway to go. I hope they brought some extra oxygen, as we have now the pistols of G2 ready to enact some pain, some punishments.
They don't just need oxygen, Dan. They need beef jerky, or preferably biltong. A bit drier, but quite nice. Parler's a fan as well. Hashtag beef jerky boys, get involved. Pistols for G2. Cloud9 will be careful. We've seen people sometimes use too much time on the Nico, and then something goes wrong and everything turns into a complete mess. Nothing shooting the window open through the wall. You can do that. Bear it in mind at home. You don't have to walk all the way into the sunroom to shoot the glass open. You see him just checking it there, making sure his aim is on point. And it is incredibly on point.
All of the points, all the time. Here comes the push. Apex, what you got with this Deagle? What have you got? Well, nothing so far. They will evade him and his angle. And there it is, popping up. It's like we'll see a very fast plant here. Kenny is still alive though, running amok in the smokes. Able to catch Skadoodle there, as we'll see a decent flurry of entries from Cloud9. I say decent, it's round winning, if that's what decent means. We'll see Body though with a quick pick off, and that gun is isolated. He can pick it up and try to save it. That is the mission. This is the mission that he has been given. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Alexandre, same first name as Alexandre Dumas, the man who wrote the Three Musketeers, as well as the Count of Monte Cristo. That very big book, very long and arduous to read.
Did you read it?
I started reading it, but
How far
I did not
you get?
finish. I don't know. I don't even know where it is. I can't find
Did you
it.
get to the prologue? Did you get to the prologue, James?
I got like a third of the way in,
Okay.
but it was really boring to read, I gotta be honest. 4 rounds. 4 rounds. Get your people in here. Get your tweets going. Cloud9 are currently on the comeback. I didn't think they'd make it this far, but they have. They have won 6 rounds on this T half, but G2 have won 5. So by no means is this a lopsided half from Cloud9. G2 have made it to match points, and again, they only need to win that 1 round. They are at maximum loss bonus now, G2. The money is flying through the doors. Cloud9 sending 2 players towards Squeaky. Kenny with an angle on A, deep in A, and he has Apex for support. Looking at the lockers that Kenny is so fond of on both sides. You can often see him standing on those lockers, looking over smoke. Skadoodle giving NBK a haircut towards Highway. Good for 45 damage.
That's not a horrendous start here from Cloud9. Getting some early damage in indeed, and we'll see repositioning there from Skadoodle, as we'll have Cloud9 thinking about taking some map control very soon. I mean, it's getting into the mid round. They don't have any map control. It's either get some mid control or go A just straight at this point. And it looks like they will get automatic in towards middle. And usually you don't necessarily need as many players on the mid attack this late into the round, because most teams, if they were playing heavier towards middle at the beginning of the round, they'll have dispersed at this point in the round. Maybe you'll be up against 1 player, or in most cases. So now it's all about getting this A play working, but there's 3 players already there for G2. NBK is about to find out exactly what's up. The flash comes in, and oh, they're going to peek with everyone. Cloud9 have been ruined, decimated. There's chunks of death flying all over the place, as we've got automatic now. The last man standing for Cloud9 with that AKF is. He's against 5. He gets 1, but that's all he's going to get. 16-11, G2 with the finish.